So hello everybody. How many times have you refused to a creative idea for being scared about what they are going to think about you? We tend to work inside a box where we feel comfortable, where we feel safe, and where we agree with others. Seeing this, I see that we take a risk if we go out of the box. We take a risk because they can think different things about us, not in the comfortable place. So seeing also this idea, I can think of where's the real difference between ourselves, between all the people that always think in the inside box. Where does our dignity of human being, of human persons lie? Where does this dignity really lie? So thinking out of the box and being creating, I think it's not a gift. I think it's a necessity. For example, most of us, well, you can use it as an example. Most of us in our educational years, we have learned how other people thought and what other people have discovered. With this, I'm not trying to discuss about the educational system. I'm just trying to let you see that we have been growing in a system where we tend to think in the inside box, in the comfortable place, and not going out the box. We have always learned things that have been discovered but by others, not by ourselves. Seeing all of these ideas, it's very easy, and you can say, yeah, but Iñaki, how do we really go out of the box? So sometimes to go out of the box, it means just looking around. If you just look around, you'll see the reality, and reality is there for us to perceive it. You can perceive it in two different ways. The first way, and the very easy, well, the easiest one, is to just looking at the reality and getting to the convergent ideas. The convergent ideas are the ideas that make things how they really are, and make things in a way that other people can see it the same way as you. So going out of the box is going beyond the convergent ideas and reaching to the disconvergent ideas. The disconvergent ideas are the ones that let you see things in your own way, in a way that the other people cannot see it. In a way that if, for example, I see a glass of water, this is the convergent idea, and everybody sees the glass of water because everybody is working inside the box in this moment. But if I go out of the box and I go beyond the idea of the glass of water, I can maybe see a mountain, a snowy mountain with people skiing and snowing through it. So as you can see, going out of the box is seeing other things than the glass of water, for example. You don't have to be afraid to go out the box. You have to take the risk and do not think about what other people is going to think about you. Just do it yourself and train your brain to do it. So nowadays, the creativity is related to advertising. This is why, because the impact of advertising is huge. And this impact means that if you really want to be different from the other company, you really have to be creative. Because nowadays, the advertisings, well, as I said, they are huge. There are many advertisings. So if you really want to be different and get the attention of all of the consumers, you really have to be creative. You really have to be different, and you really have to take the risk. Maybe it's going to work, or maybe it's not going to work. But if it's going to work, in the future, other companies will try to reach your idea, your creative idea. And when they reach your creative idea, you have to go beyond them, and you have to go farther than them. You always have to be faster than them. You always have to be creative. So to conclude, I don't mean you to, when you go out of the room, just say, oh, now I'm creative. No, you have to be creative. I think it's not an aptitude, so it's an attitude. If you really want to be creative, you're going to be a really good creative man. What you have to do is to train your brain and train your sense of perceiving things. As I said, going farther than the convergent ideas, going to the disconvergent ideas, seeing farther, taking the risk. Taking the risk is so important because many people are not creative because they are scared of what they are going to say. You have to get out. You have to get out of your mind this idea, because if you always live, if you always live thinking what they are going to say, you'll never be a creative. If you want to be a creative, if you really want to be a creative, as I said with the example of glass of water, you have to go farther. You have to go beyond all of these thinkings that people that people might think about you. So you have to pass these things, and you have to think on your own way, because most of the time creativity is related to personality. Creativity, you can work it in many different ways. Every person can work creativity in their own way. So you have to create your own creativity, and you have to create your own thoughts about something you see. So thank you very much, and I hope that this speech will help you to be creative, not for a work, but also for your life.